Hello everyone, and welcome to Sabaody Showdown. It's me, Gonzo, and I'm here tonight with a bunch of different co-casters, but the first one on the list is none other than UPLuffy. How are you doing today? Are you ready for some gameplay?
Dude, I'm so ready. It's like there's a Doffy game, I'm here.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. You're giving the spoiler to the audience, but game number one, it's got Purple Doffy in it, and also in a shocking turn of events, it's played by Asmir, that I think has been on Purple Doffy for like about 5 weeks now in a row, something along those lines. So he's this time facing Sebi, that's playing some nice and new shiny leaders that you all probably kind of got tired of because we've been playing heroine caps for what it feels like 2 years, even though it's only been a week. And it's Vivi that gets to like dip her toes into the actual non-heroine meta, so we'll see how that goes. And there's some spicy lists going on. Like definitely the Vivi one has some insights, but even the Doffy one has a couple of one-offs that could be quite interesting. Before we jump into this, I just wanted to invite everyone to take a look at the decklist. As you know, decklist command is always available there on Twitch. And for the YouTube people, let me just drop them quickly. Again, it's decklist in singular, so I apologize for that. And for the YouTube people, let me just drop it there in case we have someone with not that much accessibility. We are working on YouTube integrations as well for this, but it's not quite there yet. So yeah, take a look at the list, and then we will get things kind of started. UPLuffy, you've already taken a look at these lists. Let's start with the Doffy one. What are your thoughts on it?
Doffy one, I think, is the usual that Asmir is playing. I do like it. I feel that it's quite consistent, and it's shown that it in general it has been a quite consistent list, especially for him. So I really like the. I mean, most of the lists for Doffy are like you need to have a couple of Rosinantes, you need 4 Virgos, so some of that are quite stuck, and then there are some lists that they play the Rosinante and low, some lists they play Katakuri. I've been trying Katakuri. Katakuri is fun, for example. I was more interested in seeing what kind of mixed was the Vivi list.
Yeah.
Because we play one-offs. We do like one-offs in the...
Yeah, we do send our players apologies. He was not able to get all of the cards just yet, so the list is doing some patching, so that might be explaining some of the funkiness. But we will have to take that into account for the gameplay analysis. So like, without further ado, let's quickly transition to the game. Let's say goodbye to my face, and we can get things kind of started. So yeah, no, other than the Vivi interesting one of possibilities here, what are your thoughts on this situation? Like, do you have any insights on the gameplay? You have tried Vivi as well, only for the Heroines Cup, right? But still,
Yeah,
kind of counts.
I still feel that Doffy should be on top of these matchup, just because in general, Vivi tends to play one body per turn unless that she combos. And Doffy thrives when the op just plays one body. So I feel that it's not really good for Vivi, but I can be wrong. I never played this matchup in general. It's just like, for that particular reason, I feel that Doffy could be above. I think Beckman could be a key card for Vivi.
Yeah, I think he's gonna do some work for sure, right? Because it does get to trashing. Obviously, Virgo is still stopping that, but it does let you swing right after. And I do think the 7-cost Vivi could be kind of key as well. It does let you go wide somewhat quickly, and taking a card out of hand from Doffy definitely hurts their game plan. So I do get the feeling those two are probably kind of all-stars, even though we only have 2 copies of the 7 due to availability reasons, and EVO3 being the most easily distributed set we've had in a very long time. So yeah, maybe we will not see more than 2 per game.
I do have a question for you. What do you think about the Tenkos Kaido? Because I know that you're probably the biggest fan of the card.
Yeah, I'm a massive fan of it, right? It's not like I bullied Hevene and some of the other London players out of playing that card in Doffy on the post-ban times, but I do think in this kind of deck makes a lot more sense than what you needed in Doffy 4. And obviously, if it comes rushing, it's kind of good. You know, like it's definitely an improvement over
So
just
12k
swinging with
Russia,
leader.
which draws, that it's a great one.
That does help quite a bit, but well, going back to the game, both the players are starting with some search shenanigans, and we do see the blocker Nami picked up by the Alabasta BB searcher that searches for Alabasta or Straw Hats, right? And Doffy has the double searcher start. That's good. Let's see
That's pretty good, yeah.
whether that Dellinger gets used right now or maybe a bit later. I do really like the fact that when you just play the Dellinger, your opponent has the option not to swing, right? But when you also have the sugar over there, like, what is it that you're actually gonna do? Because next turn you could swing into the sugar, but then it's gonna get redirected at the Dellinger, and you're kind of on the same spot as before. So, yeah. Ooh, we got
2 double search.
Mm-hmm.
I like Igaram in that spot though, because in general you don't really want to swing at that point and give Doffy free value.
Mm-hmm.
So, and also it's a body that needs to be swung on, but I mean now Dellinger can just do that. Because the cool thing with Dellinger, you can either redirect, but if you sometimes I played some games and Dellinger got active, so I swung with the Dellinger, and then if you just KO the Dellinger, you just free ramp.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, that's kind of absolutely true. It does make quite a bit of sense. Okay, sugar gets to play, and we do search of the other sugar. As a bit of a reminder, sugar needed 6 ton on the opposite side, or 5 or more.
6.
Yeah, which effectively means on curve doesn't really play anything, so it needs to be waiting a tiny, tiny bit.
She does when you go first.
Yeah, when you play it on 5, right?
Yeah.
Okay, fun stuff. Now 2 into 1, that goes into the Ranger.
Yep.
I mean, at least having the searcher does help on the situation, right? Because that's not fully it in a way. And there's Mr. Virgo, so we're not gonna have a lot of fun with the KO effects from Vivi going forward. Also, kind of like huge shout out to all of the crew that's been super loyal to us, and I do know you do have some level of bias over here, but thank you so much, Asakura and CJ, for your long subscriptions on Prime, 6 and 7 months, which is a very, very good streak, and Prowder for being on a 7 stream streak here on chat. So always happy to have you around.
Yeah, it's cool to see the community forming and coming alive during the lives. So thank you guys.
Yeah, it's always the best part, isn't it?
Jack says Virgo is so toxic. No, Virgo is pretty much the only option that you have to survive Sanji UP.
Yeah, that's pretty much accurate. Oh, I apologize for the quick transition. We did have a bit of slightly misplaced cameras, but it should be fine now. And yeah, okay, we do see that Vivi playing Nami, which is kind of the signature 5-cost thing to be doing on the deck as well. So we are getting pretty much the standard Vivi action. Searcher on 1, Searcher on 3, Vivi into Nami on 5, and kind of keep moving.
Yeah, that Vivi can be quite sticky at times.
Yeah, because it's effectively a blocker, and with leader ability, you always get to save it with a single card, right? Once per turn. So it will eat away at least 2 swings the turn it dies, or just 1, but it's quite alright. I guess the counterpoint is just the fact that if you go a 5 into lead, it doesn't really get any benefit from the blocker if they attempt to save it, right? So it is a bit of everything in there.
I feel it's the kind of blocker which shines when the opponent's it's a slower deck which plays 1 body per turn. But you do quite struggle if the opponent goes quite wide, because in general you can get as much free value as you will get with against a leader that just plays 1 body per turn, and then you swing 10 at phase, and then you just pitch a card to survive to save the Vivi.
Yeah. No, that's absolutely true. It's kind of just weaker when you get swung a bunch of 5s or 6s, which I guess is what you really need to do now that Nami is on board. But like worst case scenario, you're always turning a brick into a counter, so could do a lot worse than that. Okay. Comes
so we're losing information as well, because the bullet string is the one we searched with the first search.
That is more unknowns on Asmir's hand. That is actually looking quite sizable, right? It does feel like he has quite a bit of cards in hand. Pretty much everything he played, except for Virgo and Forco Sugar, has replaced itself. So not that scary. And there we go. Electric Boogaloo. Sugar comes again. Huh.
Swing with the Virgo.
That reduced Nami?
I'm not sure if which Nami though.
That is a good question. I think I would assume it's the red one. Or maybe just reduce the blue one and went at face? I do feel like if you're being attacked into face, you just take it here, right? Yeah, I think that has to be the Nami. That's a 2k counter now. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, the rest of Nami, it's a 5k, so we do get that swing. We just follow up with Monet. And another 6 swing. Another.
But we can still use ability.
Yeah, we can use a leader ability or 1k if we wanted to, I guess. With a block
Is
with
he
the other Nami.
6 to 5 though?
Yeah, no, the block with the other Nami.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so that's leader ability to keep Nami standing. Resources are running low on the Vivi side of things now, so he does need to pick up some tiebreakers. I'm gonna say Kaido would be a good one on this stand
Jack
now.
and Bell as well.
Oh, it's only
Cross
online
two.
yet. Yeah, Shaka and Bell would probably be great.
Okay.
Ooh,
Vivi into
Shaka Bell.
Jack and Bell. Yeah, we called it.
And there we go. One card goes away for Doffy, which is extremely troublesome. And I think that Virgo is gonna die a terrible death too. She's probably gonna be a 4k body at this point. Yep. One less card in hand and some attacking into Virgo.
Yep. Draw 2.
Time to rush. Yeah. Virgo goes down to 5k, and with Nami activate main, it's gonna go down to a 4k. So pretty much everything can swing into it. Oh, no?
We're going to for Rosie.
Oh. It might just have been a case where...
Oh no, it was just like sleep.
Yeah, Rosie was on a weird spot on the sleeve, but there we go. That's a 9 swing from Shakapel. That is an interesting first attack choice. I guess we want to play around the 2-cost events. Yeah, the Noro beam. Okay, that's Virgo number 2. So that Virgo might not die as terrible a death as we thought. Now...
I think that's the reason why we rested the first Virgo.
Has to be an 8 into it at least with Nami, right? Just properly guarantee you're gonna either take it or take all the hand size with you. 7. Oh, so you might be right. It might have been into Rossi just trying to stop Tenko chains. No, and 7 again. Oh, so maybe the reduction was actually split across the both of them. We do apologize for slightly unclear board game situations. We do try to make it as easy as possible, but it's not always that simple to tell. When we don't have as much clarity with dice as we used to have with some of our other players. I still remember Hervoye being like the best person ever to see playing online. And there we go. Counter. Okay, this is an interesting spot.
Yeah, I do feel that it's telling that we left the Rosinante go. That means that currently we don't have probably Noro. And because we can still chain the 10 cost just like killing the money, so
Mhm.
that's not a big deal.
Yeah. Yeah, that's enough for it, but I guess you don't have like a consecutive chain guaranteed, right? After Monet is
Mhm.
gone one time, you can only do it twice in a row. And if you don't get swung into, you can only do it once actually. So there is that option too.
I do like the Virgos here though, because that means that you can try to do some board control, because Vivi is running dangerously low on cards in hand.
Yep. Ooh, Nami dies a terrible death here. No more blocker for free. And there we go. Hmm. That might be a KO situation, right? Oh, but that's stopped
Yeah.
by leader, so. Ugh.
Yeah, but that means that you can take it with Virgo. You can just reduce it, and then you can't defend it anymore.
Mhm. Yeah.
Because you have no blockers.
No, the second burger is definitely dying. That's a 2k, right? Or a 1k. But the second one will go 7 on 5, so it's basically your whole hand going away.
Yeah.
Ooh, Red Beam. Do we have the Kaido on 10 now? Because that would be an amazing play to heavily punish the turn and get rid of those Virgos pretty much guaranteed.
Yeah, the Kaido now will be insane, but
Mm-hmm.
what are the odds of having a singleton,
Yeah, no,
single card in?
it's not very likely. Ooh, there's Shanks.
Just good.
That is cool, right? Because that basically means Monet doesn't let you chain them, which is a very cool situation. Because now he's on -4 don, right? Oh no, it's still
no, even less, because we did Doffy 3 -2 of the double Virgos.
Yeah, he's on 4 don. Yeah, no, he's definitely not chaining that office. Okay, cool. That's gonna go up to 8 don next turn.
Oh, true. Kaido wouldn't draw cards because he's still on 4 lives.
Mm-hmm. That is very true. We apologize. We haven't seen that card in ages. I just assume it's draw 4 immediately. But yeah, you do need to be on 2 yourself. 3, right? 3 or less.
3 or less, yes.
Yeah. Both of them are on 4 lives somehow. So there's been a lot of game happening and we haven't progressed as much. Opponent 3. Ooh.
Yeah. Yeah, is opponent 3.
Opponent 3. We're not that far.
This is a very interesting board state. I wouldn't have been expecting.
Okay, that is saving Virgo from a 7 swing, very likely. And now that's gonna be a 9. Yeah. And now that's gonna be a 12. And everyone dies some terrible deaths. We just take it with the face. Oh, that is interesting, actually.
I think we redirected to face.
We have, but basically means that Sebi went for Monet first with that 4k swing with Vivi. So the leader ability reduced Monet, and we went at Monet directly, which is interesting. I don't know if I would have gone in that direction, but well, maybe the whole plan is just for Kaido to work now.
Yeah, not so sure, because most of the times Monet is the first target that Doffy wants to KO, especially if he wants to get back dawns or like filter the hand. It's such a good KO target.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I feel like you're basically giving leader ability for free there. That's all right.
Yeah. No, I don't. I think the 10 cost try to kill the Chaka Impel because he wanted to force the ability to then swing into it with the Virgos reducing. Because they ask who didn't the 10 cost freeze anything.
Yeah, that's right. General Vince, the 10 cost basically used the KO ability to force being able to get rid of board a bit more easily. So that's how the Nami blocker went away. Okay.
7.
There's the Nami non-blocker going away as well, but you know, there's still a very big sanction board, so I don't think this is the state where Doffy likes being. And we let Shakampel go. Yeah.
think Vivi goes.
Mm-hmm.
But only one card in hand is scary.
That definitely is the case. What could be that card? There are some interesting plays though, right now. Like that blocker is definitely problematic, but there are some cards that could get him out of the spot, and Doffy is also just on 2 cards in hand. So it's pretty much anyone's game now. Like, it's not unreasonable to even get that 1-cost Vivi to be somewhat relevant on removing that that Virgo off board. If we just reduce it with lead and have a Nami, for example, it's kind of not crazy to attach it onto Vivi and go for it. Okay.
Beckman.
Mm-hmm. There we go. Beckman is getting Virgo activations. And now very, very likely getting Virgo swinged as well. 7 into the 5. Joker goes out. Are we gonna go down -1 even once more? Yep. And that's taking the 0-cost event.
Not the Noro.
Okay. Okay, so now 5 into Virgo. You can use the Noro if you want. And go down minus even more. No, it's a 1k, we get Dellinger out of the way. This is kind of anyone's game, actually.
Yeah, because I feel that Shanks is a massive threat on one side, but we're kind of running out of steam.
Yeah, but Doffy is on 5 down. Like, we are not able to keep developing in pretty much any way, shape, or form, right?
Yeah. What's that card that we're keeping? I'm so curious.
I lied. He's not on 5 down. He's on 4 and making Shanks at 10k, I think. So
yeah,
that Shanks is gonna die a terrible death now. Yeah, and now Vivi's probably gonna die too. Yeah. And this is kind of interesting, right? Because we only have 1 swing this turn, no matter how we slice it. So unless we have something along the lines of another BV into something, it's going to be quite difficult for any board clearing to happen. That Virgo is carrying the game pretty much on its own, even though one could argue that Asmir might be a tiny bit over-aggressive with the situation, but you know, it's working out.
Yeah, but now the problem is like you have 2 cards, and that anything you play can be redirected wherever Doffy wants.
Mm-hmm. It's Kaido time.
That's that Kaido just slam it on the board.
Yeah, it's just Kaido time. These streams send your energy so that we can see some Kaido action in 2026 somehow.
See, yeah, we redirect it to face. We don't care.
Yep. And that's Vivi into Cobra. Okay.
It's the cool. 0 cards in hand. That's scary.
Yeah, but there's nothing like you're just gonna hit those 3 attacks with your face, I guess. Go down to 1 and kind of try to finish the game out. We are on the last throws of this specific game. Do we have a baby 5? Because if there is a baby 5, yep.
Yeah. But also we know that there is an Nor in hand.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So even with 3 swings, we can't close.
No, this is effectively over. I mean, I guess technically speaking, you can Roger for 10s. There are some avenues to steal this game somehow, but it's not looking very bright for Vivi. I do think we are at the end of the rope, and the aggressiveness of Dawn reduction has actually worked out quite nicely. Asmir does seem to have some favorite Dawns to have standing for some reason, so there's some sleight of hand happening over there. And what could be this?
It is kind of cooked.
Okay.
Is it Chuck and Pelt? Yeah.
Mm-hmm. It is fairly kind of cooked. Yeah. And we do have a blocker, so we might be able to withstand one more turn. And that Shack and Pell going into Virgo is actually not bad.
But if we swing, that means that the blocker gets rested.
That is very true. That is very true.
Yeah, they say I think it's beyond cooked, probably well done.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, to be honest, I don't see many ways out of this pit. Yeah, that's the reason why he doesn't swing, because he knows he has Noro, so Vivi gets rested and then it's over.
Yeah. That's 4 cards in hand. There's only 3 real swings, so he just needs to guard out of one of them. 7, that probably is the event. We are right in 8 dawn as well. So that could eat a very, very tasty Usuhachi. Okay, 2k, 1k. Weirdly enough, that Vivi might need to be an attacker, but Doffy hand size is actually pretty big now too. So I'm not sure we have some good spots other than like maybe a pudding lethal, which would be the funniest way for Sebi to win this. So I'm very much rooting for a pudding lethal being the play, even though I do know that some of our chat does completely abhor pudding. This would be one of the funniest times to try and win the game.
But to close this game, you need Babyfy is gonna hit 2 swings. Nor is gonna hit another one. So
I think there's some considerations towards going 8 into 9. I don't think it's worth it. You do have Noro, you are basically gonna survive unless you get a pudding and don't draw it again. And that, and Asmir does have another copy of the blocker, so that is probably it, actually. Oh. That Viola might completely close the game out. Ooh,
so means
maybe not. Maybe not. Okay, that's funny as well. It's not as funny as a pudding lethal, but that is funny as well. Hold on, we start with 13?
Yes, because he doesn't want to get rested.
Yeah, but is that... Yeah, now we're kind of on the same spot, are we not?
But yeah, we can redirect. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
We heal. And then now we have, what's like 6? 5. And then we Nora. Yeah.
Yeah. And that is GG. That means that Doffy takes game 1. Even though that was a very funny thing to watch, I don't think it was good enough, unfortunately. So Asmir takes win number 1 over here. Sorry, not Sebi. Asmir. And we move on to game number 2. Let me quickly do some time traveling magic and get us pretty much ready for it. But congratulations, Asmir, on taking game 1 away from Sebi and his interesting Vivi list. Okay, cool.
What do you make out of this game? Because if I wasn't expecting the matchup to go like this, where like they were pretty healthy for most of the games on both hands, and then it was like a battle of boards.
Yeah,
I mean, Virgo won the game, as usual.
He definitely did. He definitely did win the game. Virgos won the game, actually, in plural. If we didn't have Virgai in place, it would have been slightly different, because Sebi was able to get rid of one of them, right? While the other one kind of kept carrying. I am kind of a bit surprised about the situation. Like, obviously, I do know that Doffy is a board control deck, and it just pretty much demonstrated that perfectly on this, right? Like Vivi was on 4 the whole game, and then it was a 2-turn clock, and it kind of expanded beyond 2 turns in a process that was kind of magical. And Sebi playing really well around the Noro and not forgetting about it and losing the game on the spot. But yeah, I don't know. It felt a bit brutal how much both of them went down in hand size and even Dawn resources for Doffy. And then Asmir just managed to claw the game through Violas and Baby 5 and completely lock out the lethal possibilities, which is what happens with the Doffy deck. So yeah, I'm trying to think whether Sebi will approach things slightly differently the next game, or he's just gonna stick to the same plan. I feel like he did what the deck's supposed to be doing, but it was kind of a bit tricky not being able to remove that Doffy. I'm pretty sure he wishes he had some Rayleigh in here, because that would have made a huge difference. And yeah.
But that's the cool thing about the best of 3. You can run game 1 and then you try to pinpoint what you could have done differently, because usually you have a key card that's gonna break your bones, and then it's like, okay, I need to play around that, or I just need to find a solution for that. So that's what makes, in my personal opinion, like best of 3 cool. It's like you play game 1, it's like, okay, this was my mistake, then I can play differently and try new lines.
Yeah, no, I think that's very fair, and it does make things a bit more interesting. But okay, cool. We do see Vivi going second.
That's interesting.
Is that your polite way to say wrong? Because I do feel like you don't want to be on that spot here. Like, I know that Doffy can adapt to both curves, but it does seem like you might actually end up in more trouble as Vivi if you don't manage to at least push a tiny bit early.
Yeah. Yeah, because I feel that Vivi, most of the times when Vivi is really strong and really annoying to play against is when Vivi manages to find the 5-cost combo and the 7-cost combo.
Yeah, and you kind of need to do that on curve. I guess this way you do get to defend a bit with the event if you have it, right? So if you have some of the crewmate, I think is how I'm gonna refer to the PV Radical Beam, you might get some benefits out of swinging while keeping the Dawn up. But again, Sebi is running with some deck building constraints due to the availability of EB. So he doesn't even run the full sets in this list, so it might not be as relevant to go second as it could have been, I suppose.
What it really concerns me about going second in this matchup is that if we see the Sugar on 4, that means that one is going to be eaten by Sugar and immediately plays a body. So that Virgo is going to come out for free.
Yeah, that's kind of true. So yeah, we did mention that game 1, right? Like basically when you're forced to go first means that your Sugar is significantly worse than when going second, and now that's active.
There she is.
That's basically a Virgo with a free counter swing. And we kill a Searcher.
So now we are on 6 Dawns, so that means we cannot use back one.
Nope. No chances to trash this. There's it's not the best situation to be honest. Okay, cool. That Vivi finally awoken from the turn, and now it's gonna be Vivi play. Yep.
Nami.
Vivi into Nami, and you don't get to play more characters this turn. This is fine.
The question is, do we want to swing here with the Nami?
I don't think with the Nami. I actually think you just swing with Vivi this turn if you want to.
If you really want to, because otherwise, if you swing with the Nami, that can be immediately Virgo comes out and can.
Get scared. No, why? No, we just told you not to.
We take.
Okay, that might mean there's no Virgos, so that's extra information you get from this.
No, we searched it before. We have Virgo in hand.
Oh, so it's just the fact that we don't want to Dawn minus.
Yeah, exactly. I feel that now we're gonna go 8 cost into Virgo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did we reduce the standing down, or we just rested 7? I think. Yeah.
Yeah, we're
I got very
rested 7.
confused. I got very confused by the sequencing over there. My apologies, but yeah.
I feel it's more we do know that there is not Monet in hand, because otherwise we can KO the sugar, bring back Monet, and then the ability is free, and we can still do 8 cost into Virgo then next turn.
Yeah. Oh, that is not the play you want to see on it done. It's good though, because it basically means one of those swings is gonna go straight at Igaram. We're double checking what Igaram can search, and it's just Alabasta, right?
It's only Alabasta, yes. Vivi can also search for Straw Hats.
Vivi replaces herself and tries to find the Straw Hat.
What are we looking for?
That is a very good question. I wouldn't hate a 7 course, but it's kind of a bit late for that too. So maybe more Namis. Yeah, that's pretty much.
It's a Nami, yeah.
Yeah.
Play the Nami, draw 1 card. So the leader now is like minus 10,000 or something.
Effectively, yeah. Yeah, there's no benefit on swinging this turn this time, so kind of move forward. I guess it wouldn't have been horrible to swing just with lead, but obviously you prefer drawing the card with Nami. Getting some replacements.
Yeah, we block.
Reblock, and that's probably gonna get 9k that Igaram. Yep.
9 to Igaram. That's another.
Okay, this is looking like Doffy is doing exactly what Doffy wants to do. Do we have a Rocinante here? Because that could, yep, pretty much close the game up. I don't.
Yeah, be honest. This is looking rougher than the one before.
I mean, there is a board presence on the Vivi side, but it's not looking great.
Is it 2 are blockers?
Yeah, but 2 are 7Ks, so you get a bit of both. And there is a Virgo, so that doesn't help. I guess technically that Virgo is going to be a 4K next turn, one way or another, so that Virgo might not be in place for long. But yeah, 2 down standing is not a good deal.
And the problem with Rosinante is like you never know if they're like baiting or if they actually have the Nor.
Yeah, I guess there's low impact to the Noro with this board, so if that's... I think I just make that Virgo a 5K answering with one of the Namis and see what happens before doing anything else this turn. And after that, you can decide whether to play something and leader ability or just move on. Yeah, there we go.
Doffy is still on 4 lives as well, so Kaido is not live if you wanted to see Kaido's action.
Yeah, and that's gonna be 0 cost event number 2 with Doffy number 3 going away.
That's another one.
Yeah. Now you get to go 7 even one more time. But that is a bit telling.
Another search. Looking for Chuck and Pal. Because it's only straw at... That's Igaram?
That is Igaram, yeah. That doesn't feel very... Yeah, I
feel like we're kind of stuck in a loop.
Yeah, I do think that we are basically stuck on a point where Doffy is seeing the most top-endy side of his deck, while Vivi is really struggling to find anything with a minimum full body, so it's looking kind of cooked. What is the level of Dan that we're seeing over here, chat? Anyone has some thoughts on the situation?
Because what's scary now, if you wall up with blockers, the 10 cost Doffy can destroy you, right?
Mm-hmm. Okay, that's Nami number 3.
Draw again?
Mm-hmm. I guess that Virgo is gonna be very dead by the end of this.
But what if we redirect to Sugar and we have another Virgo?
I would let it die first, I think, just to add insult to injury.
Was Wong 4-4?
Mm-hmm. Rush it. I do get the feeling we should have used leader ability first. Yeah. Is that gonna be Virgo number 2? Are we gonna be mean? That's, oh my god.
Oh,
That's mean in a different way. And that is 7 onto Viola.
which is gonna get
0 cost event again. Oh my god, this is... Yeah, I'm sorry, Sebi, this is some infuriating action towards your persona. Very sorry about this. Mm-hmm. Okay, I'm gonna give you some spoilers, Moss. I appreciate the compliment, even though I'm not gonna say it on stream because I don't want to get demonetized, but still. So right now, Wolf, as you can hear very clearly, right after that, we're gonna get match number 2, where we get for the first time on stream Young Melody. So he's usually here playing Jimbe. This time he's gonna be doing some commentary on Green Purple Luffy versus Blue Purple Luffy. And yeah, right after that, we're gonna get the quintessential Rene coming here, and I will be trying to survive the experience as usual. So yeah, it should be a fun stream. Okay, that is 7 into live.
GP versus UP. It feels like we're back in OP11.
Yeah, best format, you know, proper jungle, proper jungle. That's the format where I met Young in person as well. So you know, there's some callbacks happening, and we were both playing GP. So I think there's gonna be some nice commentary going on. Yeah, Gonzo X Rene is effectively just our version of Resident Evil. We just need to make it through. Mm-hmm. That means those Namis are not gonna get restand. Well, not gonna get to rest themselves again. And yeah, I don't know how Sebi can get out of this, or can maybe expand the situation a bit.
Yeah, it was a completely different game because the first one, Sebi managed to see few pieces, and going first, you also do have a bit of aggression on your side.
Mm-hmm.
But going second and missing a couple of important drops, it's
too much.
I feel that in general, the Doffy, as we were saying before, I feel Doffy should be above in this matchup. Mm-hmm. If Vivi sees the right pieces, it can be a fair challenge, but like this, it feels like a beating.
Yeah. No, I'm absolutely on board with you on this. You just need to see your removal pieces early. Obviously, not playing the rally doesn't help because you cannot really even contain the board control, right? So every time something gets rested, just immediately will die on the clapback. And yeah, in general, I feel like when you are able to go Doffy Virgo into Doffy Rossi, it's very hard for any deck to contest that. It's just too much pressure. And the gears completely change on the deck, making the tempo just pretty much go into overdrive. So that's not exactly where Vivi wants to be. Okay, we did see Doffy bite the dust, which is a bit surprising.
I think because the Rossi was reduced 3 times by the Namis, right?
Yeah, but I think you just like stop it with your forehead and redirect that leader, right? Like I don't see a reason not to take that live with the current board state. But I guess you can play it safe and just let the Doffy go, the Rossi go.
I feel he just needed space because now it's wall up. You play another 10 cost and then you up the game.
Yeah, fair enough. Fair enough.
Because now the blocker, if we have another 10 cost, the blockers don't activate, and we can go 9-9. We can go 5-9, 7-9, 10.
Yeah, no, and obviously,
Kind of rough.
since you get the swing, you do get to ram 2 out of the Doffys, which is pretty much everything you wanted from Rossi, anyways. Okay, no.
But no.
No, we're just gonna kill this person. That's pretty much it. We are going for game. Yep.
Do you like starting 9 with leader?
I don't really know why 9 was the number if we're gonna follow up with an 8 as well. Like, it does feel like now it's gonna be a double 2K, right? Yep.
Yeah, without Virgo on board, the matchup feels playable for Vivi. And I feel it's something with Doffy with a lot of matchups. If Doffy has Virgo on board, the matchup gets skewed
Super quick.
towards Doffy's side. I mean, against Sanji, if you don't see Virgo, it's obnoxious. Well, but if you have double Virgo, Sanji can't do anything, for example.
Yeah. No, that is pretty much it. From a Sanji player's perspective, that basically means GG's. Virgo is a horrible card. I don't know why it doesn't have a once per turn limit or any kind of situation, and also lets you contest board on the way back. So no, yeah. We all hate Virgo.
It's also crucial against Purple Yellow Rosinante, because that means you can reduce your Dawn, and then all the on plays for Rosinante, they don't activate.
Yeah, pretty much. Okay, that's interesting. We are extending the inevitable a bit. I guess that Virgo can die this turn, but there's not much that you can do against the board anyways. So even on the best case scenario, you can wipe both the 10 cost Doffy and a 9 cost Doffy, and it's still very grim.
Yeah. I mean, Doffy's still on 4 lives.
Okay, Virgo dies a terrible death. That is Beckman. Which means you do get a clean trash of that money. We do get to -1 of those Doffys down to a 7k or a 6k, depending on how many of the Namis we've used to get rid of the Virgo.
But how do we survive?
Yeah, I don't think there's survival chances anyways.
Yep.
And we have 1 done for a radical beam, but the math is not mathing right now. I do feel like Purple Doffy is taking the win here. 9 into all of them. And we didn't even have the Rat Beam. So yeah, that's GG. Purple Doffy takes the win once again. I do feel like we've seen a lot of positive results for Asmir on this, and you have seen some good results on Doffy yourself too. So definitely some good things happening for the purple players over here. Ooh.
It's a good deck. It's just that you need to dodge a couple of particular matchups. Like, you don't want to see Ace or Crocodile, for example.
No, it does feel like some matchups are relatively skewed against you. But you know, that's kind of where we are right now. We do have a meta that's somewhat biased, and every deck has some challenges they don't want to see in front of you. But yeah, I do feel like Doffy is one of the ones where you might not be that much in trouble in a normal run of a tournament. And, you know, he's been doing some work. So we'll see how that evolves in the future. All right, so that was the matchup. Have you learned anything from the perspective of either Vivi or Doffy, other than it might be painful to match into Doffy when you're Vivi?
I feel the second matchup was particularly skewed, and I feel that if I were ever to play this kind of matchup with us Doffy, I'm going to go first.
Yeah, I think that's for sure. I don't think the second experience is good at all. That just the prospect of having Sugar drop you a 5 cost after hitting alive just seems very, very bad for your plans. And obviously, yeah, Doffy is tough on 8. It's tough on 7. Tougher on 7 when you cannot do pretty much anything against him. So yeah, that was some rough stuff and some lessons learned. And I'm kind of looking forward to seeing next week's game by Sebi, seeing how the list evolves and seeing whether he sticks to Vivi. But all right, that was game 1. Thank you so much for being here with me today. And I'm just going to let you guys have a 5-minute break. We will be back at 9 p.m. CEST or 8 p.m. UK. And I will be back with Yang doing some GP on UP gameplay commentary where Tinnoy is facing Pilli. And obviously Tinnoy is the GP player with his super expensive deck. That's worth watching. Even if it's just to see the altarts, I do heavily recommend that being the case. So we're going to take just a short 5-minute break and we will be right back with some more about the showdown. Thank you so much for watching. Bye. Hello everyone, and welcome back to Sabaudi Showdown. It's me, Gonzo again, and this time I have a very special guest with me who's gonna be not playing Jimbe for a change because he's instead doing some commentary today, and we're gonna be bringing him back to a different deck that has been his specialty to an extent. Not as special as Doffy, but somewhat special. So we have Young Melody here, is gonna be joining me on commentary for the GP versus UP matchup, which I'd say both of us are quite familiar with. How are you feeling today, Young?
Hi, nice to hear you all. I guess here only Gonzo, but we're gonna have an amazing game. I hope this matchup, like you said, we've played it many times. It's honestly almost a year since like this matchup started, right? Because it's like released in May, so quite a bit of experience under our belts. The builds have changed, but I think it's gonna be a good match for sure.
Yeah, no, I completely agree with you. I do know that the builds have changed a tiny bit, and we do have definitely some interesting changes more towards the UP side than the GP side. GP has some new tools, but it's still kind of the same hard. But now Blue-Purple has a way to kind of stick to an 8k leader for turns on end, which is definitely a bit more challenging for the pressure applied by GP. And obviously Lilin will be kind of an interesting addition. So like reminder for everyone, we do have the deck lists available to you through the command deck list. Let me just drop it on chat very quickly, and please double check whether that works or not, and we will kind of get started with the gameplay. Let's see where this goes. Okay, so first question I gotta ask you is, do you feel like the matchup dynamics are gonna change in any way, or is it gonna be kind of similar to the previous game loops?
That's a interesting question. I think that, like me personally, I was the biggest fan of this matchup in like OP11 when GP just had the stage and UP was still running the 9-cost Big Mom, because when you staged the Sanji Pudding, it was 7 costs. He couldn't remove it with the Big Mom, and I think the matchup got worse actually for GP when they banned Big Mom, because Mihawk is able to remove the character even if it's staged. However, right now we're not really focusing on stage. Our protection of choice is the new Nico Robin promo. In the decklist we see there are 4, so I think that if we're able to drop it on curve, our things should be invincible. Yeah, except for combat, of course.
Yeah, no, that's absolutely the case, and it will apply a lot of pressure on the UP side to actually drop at least one Sanji into Roger, followed up by another big body in order to actually be able to contest everything on combat, right? Because GP is one of the stickier decks when it comes to defense as well, especially if we don't get starved very heavily, and the pressure will be quite big. But taking a look at the board, we already seen the engine in motion, right? Like double Nami into a very good looking Sanji Pudding. That's already been found, so
Okay, but we're still playing the stage. That's interesting. I personally, I think, would swing here. But maybe there is a reason for playing the stage. Maybe we just wanted to cycle, but it looks to me like we have all the pieces so far, so we'll see about that.
Yeah, I feel like it might also have to do with trying to get some additional defense through the stage. Like, obviously, there's not that much importance on bringing anything up because Robin will help you out quite a bit. But it could become relevant in some scenarios if we either don't find the Robin pretty much immediately, and just to be able to buff your 6-cost Luffy into an 8-cost to basically tell to UP, hey, I'm restanding and you're dying next turn, so you better deal with this somehow. But you know, cycle is cycle.
Okay, and we're dropping the first Sanji Pudding. The opponent ramped, therefore we'll draw a card. It's looking very good.
Plus
Let's see. So we're untapping 3 Dawns, going to 7. So at this point, the only removal that is available is the Red Rock, because we're out of Gravity Blade range and we don't have enough Dawns for the Mihawk.
Yeah, that is quite interesting, right? Because that might have been the main reason to prioritize the stage over the swing the previous turn. If you were not able to drop the Robin this turn, you wouldn't be able to, right? So yeah, maybe just, you know what, I'm gonna play a bit around Gravity Blade here, even Gravity Blade Trigger, and make sure that the first Sanji Pudding sticks around.
Okay, we got a trigger from life. Does this change things? We'll go to 8 Dawns. Yeah, so here actually the stage is performing quite well because this allows us to be protected from game-breaking Gravity Blade.
Mm-hmm.
Here, if the opponent plays a Gravity Blade, they only remove the Robin, which I think we're fine with, honestly.
Yeah.
So it's looking pretty good, I would say.
No, that's
Another thing to look out for, might I add, but technically we're out of it, but maybe for the other games.
mm-hmm.
The GPLease has the PRBO2 Luffy, which you can use to drop it while the opponent is at 7 Dawn, so that when he untaps, he needs to rest a Dawn and isn't able to play the Mihawk.
Oh.
This is a pretty good play. I was using it myself in PRBO2 format. I loved it.
In between the games, I'm going to ask you about that card a bit, because I always found it a bit awkward whenever you didn't have it on curve, but I can see the benefits of it, and definitely when the meta is favorable for this, specifically if UP and Ace become popular, like stopping that they don't play is extremely, extremely powerful. So I could see it having a bit of a resurgence, given that we now have more deck building space thanks to Robin being there and not needing to run like some combination of maybe three Luffys and 3 stages or anything along those lines, because Robin covers you very, very well. So yeah, we'll get to it a bit later, but for now we do see some walling by Pilli with the Nami being in place, and we're going face.
Okay, we're going face. That's a 7 attack. I personally would probably counter it, but maybe we're out of 2Ks. We already took the first attack, so maybe there's a different approach to the matchup. But here I think we're getting punished because there's a swing for 8.
Yeah, that basically
and
means
going down to 1 is not great, I would say. We're also kinda in pudding range. If there's a pudding in the list, I didn't check for that.
Let me do a double check. There is one. There's one. There's no reason not to have one, I guess. It's that kind of card that you always want to find. But yeah, you're absolutely right. I feel like it's quite important to play around pudding on this matchup, because one of the easiest ways to actually lose is when you get scammed out of the game by a timely pudding.
Yep.
Even on this turn, right? If I get swung 8 before they play anything, I would probably just give you 2 cards, just because I don't want to get pudding after that 8 and just lose all my advantage, right?
I think we're at like 8, 9, or 10 cards in hand. That was quite a fun when he looked at it.
Mm-hmm.
So let's hope for no pudding.
Yeah,
But Pilli is going to his first leader ability turn. So if there's a pudding in the top 5, or if we bottom in the top 6, we might be kind of screwed.
Yeah.
And we're going for another card neutral play. Is that the Zorojuro coming down?
It does feel like it, yeah.
Yes.
As you can see, we do have a lot of class on the right-hand side of the table here. Tin is one of the most max rarity players I've ever met. And you can see that pretty much everything on board is rared up. He doesn't have the winner Robins here yet, but I do know that he has been procuring at least 1 or 2 of them. He did win one himself last week, so we're going to see it on camera very likely. And he has been actively asking to buy some other people's. So, class is the first thing for him every time.
Honestly, I don't know if I love this spot for GP. It depends on how much counter in hand we have, but we have only 1 open Dawn, so it's gonna be either protecting from an attack with an event or protecting a character at board, because Robin requires us to tap 1 Dawn to protect. However, I guess if the opponent goes for a Sanji play, they only have 1 open Dawn, so we're not gonna really be punished by a big swing. So maybe it's fine. But I think the scariest play the opponent can do is exactly the pudding into double swing. I think this can end the game right here, right now. Yes.
Yeah, that is actually 2 9 swings could absolutely kill you. Or even just going an 8 with lead now before making any decisions and putting him on a very, very weird position. Like basically, do you draw your giant? Yes or no? It's going to be kind of the question mark.
Yeah, and we only have 1 open Dawn, so if we draw any Thunder Bagwas, these are dead cards. They will not help us. How many 2Ks are we on currently? It's 8, I think. Maybe this is just like a 7.
Oh no.
Oh no, we're going for the Sanji pudding, I suppose. Yeah.
Oh no, that's... Okay, so that is an 11 into Sanji pudding. Ooh, that's actually a very scary play if I'm the UP player here, because you could just get punished really heavily if there's counter into DMG. Just resting both of your standing things and letting you at the mercy of dying yourself. Now you're safe-ish, because there's only 3 swings, and connecting all 3 of them, it's gonna be quite difficult.
I think, like, for as bad as it could have gone after the pudding, you just losing your Sanji pudding cards in hand is not the worst, honestly.
No,
it depends on the quality of the hand we got, but we'll see about that.
Yeah, that's still a workable situation, I believe. That's...
That's a Luffy Taro.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, battle with a Zorojuro. Okay.
Could be worse, could be a lot better. That could be worse for sure.
So here we want to see a giant, probably. This is a 2K, also fine.
Yeah, maybe we did have the giant in hand already and just decided not to risk not having a way to save the Sanji pudding, or we didn't have a significant lethal and this play was just better.
Yeah, the only thing is that with the pudding play, if you, I mean the blue pudding from UP's side, if you go for this play and only like decide to clear one body from the board and not like maybe try to force lethal, you're left with a very mediocre board while the opponent only lost cards in hand and 1 character of board. I think maybe we should have like tried to see if maybe like a 7 would go through if he failed to draw a 2K, or like develop something other, some other card, because right now I don't think we really progressed the game that much with the pudding.
No, you're basically on the same spot as before, but you have a 4K attacker that you cannot afford doing any don commitment on to go for lethal now, so not ideal. We do have giant, so that's gonna ease up things a tiny bit.
Okay, we're going for another 8. It's coming through, and I guess we said the pudding would be a problem, but it doesn't look to be a problem. I guess GP is still in the driver's seat quite firmly, I would say.
Yeah, it's just that good. It's doing the work and figuring it out. Okay, we pick up a 2K and leave things on top. It's looking like a Sanji turn.
Yeah, probably Sanji into Roger because Mihawk isn't accomplishing anything. So yeah, we also have the Luffy with Rush, but I don't know if this helps them much. I guess it's not bad because you can swing into one of the Zorojuros and try to bounce the other, making Tinnoy tap out of the Dawn or letting the Zorojuro go to hand. But we go for the Roger. I think that's for the best for the UP player. But once again, if there's a DMG on GP side and we're not loaded up on small counter cards, I think we can end the game here.
Okay, we counter out with an all-out event for exact +3 and move on with our lives. And now the question mark is going to be, do we have the DMG? Because, yeah, if you do, you still have a very solid chance at the game up here, I think.
Yeah, we're at 8 Dawn from GP's side, right? It's quite a lot, it seems. So a DMG would only cost us like -1 Dawn. So still quite a lot of big attacks coming down if we're able to do that. But I guess we're just going for the 8. It's also fine because even if we have the DMG, he'll probably just toss us like a 1K or 2K. I don't expect him using an event here. We know he has the Usohachi from Leader effect.
Yeah, he's thinking about it though. Okay, we give the Usohachi. Okay, that is telling on its own. Yeah, that means the 8s are gonna eat away a lot of resources, and we do have a good amount of...
Oh, we're going to 0.
Okay, that is very terrifying.
Yeah, I would just DMG and send it, honestly, probably.
I'm just doing a quick check on the number of DMGs that we have. We're only running 2, which I personally hate with all my might. But I can see why you might want to make some space for additional things. There's also one very spicy card that came all the way from Japan into Tin's list, which I don't know It's Gum Gum Giant Elephant Gun, I think is the full name.
Pistol, giant pistol, I think.
Yeah, it basically lets you buff something by one Straw Hat by 6k character, and it won't restand at the end of your refresh phase. But
Yeah, if we pull the Tibetan combo of DMG plus pistol, I think it's over. I don't even think we need the pistol, to be honest, but...
no, I think just DMG will do the trick here. Yeah. It's a scary predicament. Okay, that's
we're
not DMG.
replacing something. We're searching for DMG, yeah.
That is
We
not
got the
DMG.
giant.
That is not DMG. I'm not sure that actually will be enough to survive either. Maybe we have a Sanji blocker. Yeah.
Yes, we do. Okay, so I guess we're playing another turn, it seems like.
Mm-hmm.
We're buffing the Sanji blocker. That's good. It gets it out of range from Mihawks and Gravity Blades. Only Red Rock remains.
Yeah, and Red Rock is a 6-stone commitment, which could be a bit harsh.
Yeah, it's not. I don't think it's beneficial to lethal to even Red Rock the Sanji.
No, you
But
just
we'll
you
see.
just split.
We're countering. Okay. And we're left with Freedon, which can either represent the giant we know about and like a Bagua, or maybe multiple one-cost events, or maybe we only have the giant, but of course we'll top deck something from the 2 cards we draw.
That's it. It's a giant plus heart of the card situation, most likely, and we will see whether Tinnoy can channel his inner Yugimoto and draw a couple of giant chains, but we will... Ooh.
Okay, we have the Red Rock. It might bait. It might bait the UP player into playing it, but we'll see. We'll see how it goes.
Yeah, that feels like you can only go 9, 10, 10 with the Red Rock, or do some more splits with the Nami, I guess, technically speaking.
Yeah, 9, and 10 sounds totally survivable. 9 is... Okay, we're going for the Red Rock. So the game is ending this turn or in a couple seconds.
One
We'll
way or
see.
another.
We could technically also attack with the Nami, going for 8, 8, 9, 10.
Yeah, I don't hate that, because that will eat away at resources a bit more. It just feels like you do need to immediately demand resources over her. Okay, so we're gonna go 6, 6.
I guess we're activating the pudding to swing as well. I don't know if I like it, but technically with the really small hand size, I think it was 5 cards before countering, so or maybe even less. Maybe that is fine. Yeah, not finding the DMG last turn was unfortunate, I would say. But if we have a small counter card for the swing here, I think we're in very good position, but it doesn't look like it. Is it only 2 cards in hand?
It's only 2 cards in hand.
Yeah, but if I have a counter, I throw it here for sure. And
we have
what?
the DMG.
No way.
No, there's no way. There's no way after getting a 2k on that first swing, you actually go for it, and that's gonna be 12 at life. Yeah, that's gonna be
Heart
giant. Giant plus heart of the... Oh my god, no way. Who's taking this win? That's 10k.
Flip him on the table. Let's go.
That's what's happening. Oh, that's giant into giant. That's basically it. Yeah. And
yeah, but I'm gonna be honest. I don't like how Tinnoy played this game. I think last turn I would DMG in the speed of light, like 100%. They gave us a 2k, and also like a 2k that possibly could be relevant. Like at one point we were running some chopper blockers in the GP deck, or also the 2k Zoro from PRB. So if Pilli had any other counter card, I think it would be used before Usohachi. So like I think either Tinnoy misread Pilli's hand, or maybe we're just delusional and Pilli had 10 2Ks in hand. That's also possible.
That is a distinct possibility, but I do think in this spot I definitely push for lethal. He's also played one of the 2Ks, right? So we do know Anotama is gone that way. We did get like very, very... I don't know, it just feels like the signals for I don't have the counter for the swings were very clearly there. And if that wasn't the case, I think that final giant wouldn't have been. So we did know for sure that you had a very good chance to take the game away from them on that specific spot. And I do agree with you, the right thing to do from the GP player perspective there is just push for it with the DMG. Maybe do some maths to figure out the best way to do it. It probably would have been just a clean split between Sanji Pudding and the Luffy Taro, and yes, I kind of go for it. You would have had 7 done, so that's 14, 22. So you get to go either 10, 12 or double 11, whatever you feel is the best option. But yeah, that definitely.
Or just go for a smaller attack with the first one. If they counter, you can activate either your leader or the Zorojuros. I think we had like a really good spot to do whatever basically, but. Well, we just lucked out, heart of the cards, and here we are.
You know, it was good for content, so I'm gonna give him that. He was definitely looking out for our viewers, and I hope the viewers did enjoy the heart of the cards. And we start the second game with GP going first and finding a Robin with that Nami. Okay, now same predicament as before.
Is there any? I guess if we didn't have Sanji Pudding, it was good to. Are we not watching the same game? Just asking.
No, it's pretty much the same game, but not quite. There you go. He swings this time. He doesn't have the stage. Okay. That's the main difference. But yeah, it's pretty much a replay. We do see Nami into Nami finding pretty much the same 2 cards. So we do have Sanji Pudding and Robin.
So to me, it seems like Tinnoy didn't have the Sanji Pudding for the 5-down turn, because otherwise I think you are pretty safe to play down the Robin on 3-down, right?
Yeah, there's not a lot of reason not to, because they cannot trigger 1 and then do God Thread even if they run it, right? They're just 1 down short of it. So it would have been quite a good setup. Now it's more troublesome though.
Here you can't play the Robin and have her active. So yeah, I think if we did have the Sanji Pudding, I would just play the Robin last turn and set up this way. But I guess we didn't have her, so that's where we are right now, and it's still
but we did have the stage.
Good position.
So now we play the stage.
It's the one-off.
There we go. You know, one-off means it's in once per game, I think. So that's exactly what's happening. Woohoo. Okay. He did counter the first 6 swing this time around. I guess we did get enough trauma out of being pudding game 1, and we're not gonna play more heart of the card shenanigans this time around. So
but last game I think either Tinnoy didn't have like a single 2K the entire game, because with the Bonclay being on board, being able to easily swing for at least 7, but like Pilli did, he swung for 8. I think I usually have always countered the first 7, but we did get punished. But heart of the cards saves all the games, no matter how bad it is. So you do not need to worry about anything.
That's it. Never underestimate the power of the Millennial Puzzle and the giant shenanigans that can bring with it. Okay.
So we did ramp 2 dawns for 3 dawns. We're going to 10, I guess. No, going to 10 next turn. We're already at 9. We have 6 dawn open. It would be a pretty good spot for a red rock, honestly.
Yeah, I wouldn't hate that at all.
Okay, but we're playing a 6-cost Sanji blocker. Okay. That's also a play, certainly.
It is something you can play for 6. It's not something you're happy to play for 6 on the blue-purple Luffy deck, I think, ever. And that Bonclay kind of died a very terrible death too. I'm not sure we got enough value out of it. I feel like it would have been a lot more scary if he just stayed standing rather than just died to a Nami swing.
Yeah, for sure. I usually saw players just keeping it until we turn the Sanji Pudding, and we can just swing into it with some dawns for quite a lot. This is quite a punishing play for the GP side, because if you have 2 giant on these turns, it really limits like what you can do on the future turns. Like you miss some dawn for swinging, or you're not able to play Luffy Taro, and so on and so on. So in this spot, I don't like the Bonclay swing as well.
No, I think that was probably a bit of like lack of practice into the matchup. It's been a minute for both of them, so I don't fully blame them to not have the reps going on. But yeah. Okay.
I mean, you can't blame them. You know, the adrenaline is pumping after the giant for both players. I think
Yeah.
one felt scammed after the game, the other just
Yeah, it's
seeing red
pumping
going
with
all
it.
in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Gam giant. It was also very dramatic effect, right? Like we just got to reveal the first card, it being giant, and the game basically just very knowledgeably being over at that point.
Yep.
Okay, we do see some conversation happening between them. There's some decisions that need to be in place for the first Luffy ability.
Mm-hmm. And we get the blocker.
Yeah. So it might not be a Sanji turn this time around. That's a bit.
Yeah, I think
tricky.
after thinking for that long, I don't think Sanji is coming down this turn.
No. I don't hate.
It might be just like a Roger from hand. That's possible, maybe.
Yeah. There we go. That's gonna be it.
Yes.
Yeah.
And we swing 9 into the Sanji pudding. I like it. So that's a good swing, I feel like. Okay, 2K and 1K.
Yep. Oh. UP is on 1 life as well, right? So this is a very pressured situation for them, and if there is a DMG, this could be a very, very complicated situation because it's played for free, right? Like there's 2 Sanji puddings in play, so you effectively get to rest 4, restand 4, and then you have 2 big swings coming on the form of Sanji puddings that need to be countered naturally.
Mm-hmm. I did say I liked the 9 swing, but then I realized we're left with only like 1 blocker and 1 don, so we're kind of just playing into the DMG like completely. Yeah. But I guess Tinnoy doesn't like using his DMGs, so
they're a lot good. They have more impact when you're blocking, I guess. They're a very nice card to show when countering. Okay, Sanji pudding number 3, we do have pretty much all of our dons available except for 1, and now it's gonna be just some pokes at probably 888 and kind of move on.
Yep. Eating away at the hand.
Mm-hmm.
That's also a good play. And we get a Zorojuro just to replenish our hand, make sure we have enough counter to defend our board, or maybe get like a Rush Luffy. We can't get a DMG from this because Zorojuro searches only for purple Straw Hat cards.
Very regrettably for the deck.
That's true.
And that's why you need to run 3 and not just 2, because otherwise you will not see it enough. But yeah. I don't mind the all-out event either. I feel like on this meta is quite a positive inclusion on the deck. It does let you cheat into Boa. The all-out event, the Luffy Supernova event, that lets you do Electrical Luna to 2 things. So, yeah, that's good.
And also the +3 events, just like to defend, are pretty good. People don't like swinging 7 into GP because obviously they just give you a 2K. I think the most common swings into GP are like 8 and 6, I think, most often.
Yeah, so you do get some more variety, and you do your best impression of Mihawk, where whatever swing you get swung into, it's kind of terrible unless it's +4.
Yeah.
Which is very...
Oh, versus Mihawk, you just play Jinbei and swing 5 times a turn. It doesn't matter. It's okay.
That is very true. Like, if you can't afford that, you just go 5, 5, 5, 5, 5, and all of your swings cost a card, right? That's everything you need to know.
Most often it's a life card that they cost, not a card hand.
True.
Oh, what do we find from there?
We send down.
Okay.
Okay. I guess we're just numbing and getting some defenses up, but now you need to swing kind of heavy into those Sanji puddings.
Yeah, I think that the ship has sailed, to be honest, for killing board, I think, at this point.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't see the spot at all from UP, to be honest.
No, that's not looking like it. Is that a 7 swing?
But to be fair, I think Tinnoy saw like kind of a perfect hand. We got the Sanji pudding, we got the Nico Robin, we followed up with more Sanji puddings, which is like a very important card in the deck, but also in the matchup. I think like the way you lose this matchup as GP is either getting your Sanji puddings removed or not drawing enough of them, because then you're playing a deck without a leader ability versus a 6k leader. It's not looking good. But if you draw the Sanji puddings, you're just printing dons all around. Inflation is going on. But did we really see a giant on a 7 swing? Did that happen?
Yep,
or...
that's exactly what happened.
Okay. But we did manage to defend the board, and we'll see how it goes. So right now, Pilli has a lot of open dons and also 2 blockers, so I guess lethal might not be like very obvious if it is achievable at all, but we're swinging with a blocker. This is pretty good, I think, after seeing the giant on a 7 swing, but just Tinnoy has it all this game. He has it all.
He does have the counter. Now it's very rough, right? Because we do have a lot of Don on a blocker, but the second you get the first AK swing into you, you end up on a very, very weird predicament. And there's a lot of swings coming your way. We have 5 swings. Okay, this time we do DMG, and we get to ramp after the DMG, right? So it costs you -1 Don.
Plus 1 Don, but...
yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's gonna be a bunch of 8s.
And we have what? Only 2 dons open for Pilli, right?
Yeah.
That's a giant. I don't like that he like places the giant with the card on top into the trash, so I don't actually like see the giant ever. But it's okay.
I mean, if you were playing into the manga giants, I would also hide mine just out of pure shame. You know, it's not as good looking when your opponent has the super shiny versions and you're just like, eh.
I only had 2. 2 poor man's giants and 2 rich man's giants. All right, we're at 0 life. A lot of dons still open for Tinnoy, and we're swinging at 6. And we did get a giant. That's huge.
On a 6.
So
yeah.
I think it's cooked.
Ooh.
And we get the event. What a lot of content from this game. A lot of content.
All of the content. Oh my god! So that's
16k swing into 0 don.
Yeah.
And I guess that is GG. He's just explaining that he top decked the DMG.
He just Tinnoy having some good manners or bad manners, depending how you want to look into it. But yeah, we basically just see the worst part of the matchup into UP, where you just get to pressure him immensely. They don't get to develop board. They miss that 9-cost Sanji on the first turn, and then it's just impossible for them to actually get out. In this case, we did see it very quickly because the board was already at an insane power level by the time Roger dropped.
Yep.
But normally it's kind of the same situation if the board is not as bad. You just drop that Roger, the next turn you need to set up defenses such as we saw with the Nami, and then you kind of fall behind. And either the next turn or the turn after, you're just gonna die because, yeah, green-purple is an extremely pushing deck when it comes to lethal, and if you get down to 1 life, you better have a lot of Don and blockers up. Otherwise, game is gonna be over super quick.
Yeah, from UP's side, you really need to see the Sanji plus something combo on the first turn where you can play it. If you miss it, it's really easy for GP to actually either defend live
or defend the board altogether. It's quite tricky.
Cards, it's not a problem. But with 2 giants, you're already losing Dawn, and so on. And this has like some consequences going into the future turns. But here we didn't see the combo, therefore the board wasn't pressured enough. The life wasn't like in any danger at all. I think we finished with 3 life.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah, that's the kind of game where you're very, very comfortable on the driver's seat of GP. And I think this is kind of the most normal matchup we used to have back on the OP11 and PRB times, right? So, yeah, we did get to get a bit of remembrance of it. All right.
Emu, showing off Emu. Okay.
All right.
Does he have the demon pack?
Yeah, I do think he has at least 1 copy. Like we don't roll any low. I apologize for the viewers because we have moved away from the game a bit, but you know there was some flexing coming from Tin, which we're very, very used to. All right. Okay. So what did you think? How was your first Sabaudi commentating experience with me? Did you like it? Would you do it again?
Of course, yeah, for sure. I mean, I had some I guess experience, but I was commentating Polish Magic matches on like a local circuit. We
Yeah.
have Paprikash events, and Paprikash is like a it's like a okay. There's like
Spicy?
I don't know how to say like it's it's a type of food that is made from fish and like tomatoes, and it's like served in cans. It's sold in cans.
Oh.
And for some reason, I mean, I know the reason. The tournament circuit started with a guy, Misha. He was from Szczecin, and the paprikash it's named Szczeciński. Therefore, we are playing Magic under the banner of a fish and tomato conserve. So I don't know why this happened, but I was commentating there. I had some experience. But commentating One Piece, finally, the game I'm mostly focused on, it was a really nice experience. Also seeing, my deck, one of my decks, even more pimped than my version. It was a great experience for sure.
Are you jealous of Tinnoy a tiny bit now, or are you okay? Will you live with it?
I mean, right now, maybe if I was still playing GP, I think I would be, but I'm honestly thinking about selling my GP deck. I don't see me playing it ever
I feel
again,
you.
and the cards are really expensive right now. So
Yeah, everything's a Luffy or a Zoro, right? So everything has gone through the Pokebro
yeah, like
shenanigans of prices.
I guess I just really had good investment instincts randomly.
Yep, no, that's very fair. That
Straw
is
hat only
very
deck.
All right, well, thank you so much for today. I had a lot of fun, and I'm really looking forward to doing this again sometime soon. And it's actually very cool because I also started as a Magic the Gathering locals commentator before I moved here, so in Spanish, not in English. So yeah, it's good to see some more people going through the same journey. And we're always happy to have you. So thank you so much. Anything you want to say to the stream before we kind of take a bit of a break and I replace you with a German counterpart that doesn't play as much GP?
Yeah, for sure. I want to say Jinbei is Bidiv and also Polska Górą. Shout out to Team Poland. And thank you for having me here. Shout out to Sabaody. And thank you, Gonzo. And it was an amazing experience. And thank you.
Oh, thank you. That was incredible. Okay, cool. So I'm gonna let you go, have your dinner, and enjoy the rest of the evening. And for the viewers, thank you so much for watching, including the parts of Team Polska that said hello at some point. We apologize for not being as chat attentive this time around. And we will be back in 5 minutes with Rene doing some commentary with me. And this time will be Mihawk against Blue Yellow Nami. So it should be kind of an interesting one as well. Probably a bit less dynamic than this one. That's about the showdown, and we will be back in 5 minutes. Hello everyone, and welcome back to Sabao the Showdown. We are on the last game of tonight, and it's me, Gonzo, again. I know that you either got tired of me and left the stream, or are still here and would like to keep hearing me and seeing me every now and again. And I got my favorite co-admin commentator, Renee, with me. So we're going to play some survival horrors, where I'm both horrified and need to survive the experience. I'm hoping all of you guys help me.
Surviving the experience.
How are
It's a
you,
good
Renee?
experience.
How does it feel to be the final boss today?
Yeah, I'm feeling bad. I'm feeling really bad. I finished Game of Thrones yesterday.
And you're
That's how I feel today.
You're gonna be feeling very bad for a while until you get over that then. But how are you feeling about the One Piece card game? Are you looking forward to some gameplay
Yes.
today? Probably some of your favorite
I'm
leaders?
seeing a green deck, so it's I'm a bit less excited, but it's okay. At least it's not Bonnie.
Yeah, that's very fair. Also, thank
Bonnie
you
haters.
so much, Abster, for raiding us. Happy to have your party rejoin us, and I hope you're around. We will try and talk to you on chat if you're still not too busy like surviving after doing your own streaming side. And for everyone that's just joined, we are doing the final game of the night, and that's going to be Ben piloting Blue Yellow Nami, who's facing Prowder on Mihawk. And we will get to see some, I guess, out of Heroines Cup Blue Yellow Nami action, which could be a bit more fun than inside the Heroines Cup. So yeah, without further ado, let's do some transitions and get things started.
I mean, we have one female and one bitch on screen. Kind of a heroines battle.
Okay, I'm not gonna dignify that with an answer, but it was mildly funny. So we're good to go. Okay, I'm gonna make a very, very stupid question to you. Have you played either of these decks before? Because I don't
Yeah, I
think.
played Nami.
Why?
I have 80% win rate on Eastern queue. Nami. I don't know, that deck's cool. Now that it actually does something. I know if Upster still here gets rage baited by it because he thinks now that Nami isn't cool anymore.
Yeah, it's too.
But I like Nami. It's fun.
It's too cool. What do you mean you like Nami? It's a 7k leader. Why do you like 7k leaders? We've been through this. You hate.
I mean, I don't like playing against it, but I like playing it. I like being the bully.
You are
But I
part
don't
of
like
the problem.
filler bug Nami. That's the fakest shit I've ever seen.
That is very fair. Ooh, speaking of which, I might have updated the wrong list, so give me a second to get that fixed up. And we will get it going and get the decklist command resolved. Yep, yes, working on it now. There we go.
Don't play filler bug cards outside of Moria.
I mean, Moria is a respectable thriller bar card, but everything else is different. You will be happy to see no thriller bar cards, right? So
Ben is my man. Ben is.
okay, what is your favorite card on the Nami deck lists in general?
Yeah,
Not this time
but
around?
why does he play 3 Nico Robin is the question. Maybe he didn't have a 4th one and didn't want to proxy it.
It's possible that was the case. Maybe he ran out of ink and could only print 3 proxies.
Maybe.
Okay, so we start with the most busted event for that Nami got out of VBO3, right? It's probably the best searcher we've had for any leader whatsoever. Maybe with the permission of the Utah one, but it's basically a one-cost event that if your leader is Nami, lets you pick anything out of the top 4 cards that has cost between 2 and 8. So effectively, your whole deck.
You know what's better? The Sanji search event. That
That-
lets you pick anything and you don't even need to reveal it.
That is very busted, but it also
Good
sees
card, good
one
card.
less card though. So like
It's okay.
the range difference is relevant. It's
It should have been top 5.
top 10. Just
wait,
pick
I
whatever.
classed the deck list.
Fine.
Prowder's comment is crazy.
Okay, there we go. So Prowder plays the Piranha Searcher and immediately finds Low and Beppo. And we also have the stage, so we're gonna get a very active game of Mihawk where they get to use Older Dawn all the time because that stage is also bonkers.
Yeah, but Nami draws cards, right? So I like drawing cards. Good kind of deck.
That is pretty much everything. So if it's blue, you like
Yeah.
it, pretty much.
Yeah, I mean, most of the decks I play are blue. So yeah, I just didn't like Nami when it like came out because it was, I don't know, the deck kind of did nothing.
Mhm.
Like you looked at the deck list and you ask yourself how the deck even works.
That is very fair. It's definitely grown in potential and has like incredibly busted additions, right? So the Searcher is probably the weaker card out of the batch, but then we got the loved by everyone 5-cost Nami that definitely should be a card, and nobody's angry with Bandai about making. That lets you take a life of your opponent. If he hits on 3 or more, they effectively draw one of their lives, and you also put it down on your leader because why not? And just in case, because that wasn't quite good enough, it has counter, and on KO you get to play a 6,000 or less, isn't it?
Yeah, 6K. So you could even play Nami into Nami. You can play Nami into Borsalino next set for the true Israeli experience, or like Nami into Kiku, Nami into some filler bug cards.
Yep.
I don't know. That card not being leader locked as well. I don't know. Like Bandai definitely wanted yellow to become like the best color in the game.
Mm-hmm. Okay,
It's not even close.
We do see some interesting action here. Like we're basically getting rid of the girl by playing an Apu pretty much immediately, which I like. And in Mihawk is kind of a good plan as well, right? Because you never mind having those 1-cost in there to get your loss some proper action.
Yeah, I mean, in this spot, if your Perona dies, for example, you still have the Kid Killer to like get it done back at some point, and then the Apu you'll retrieve of 6-cost law. So you're not actually like losing the 2K, because otherwise losing a 2K in Mihawk's kind of unfortunate, because most lists run like on average 6 2Ks.
Okay, that's
okay. But yeah, the pulling here is okay. Like it's decent. We got rid of some cards.
It's a bit greedy though.
And he already searched a lot.
Like, it does feel like without having a pressure on the girl to actually swing a 7 here, you're probably just gonna get them to 4 in hand, which is it's good enough, but I don't know if they do still have a follow-up on 6, you might be in trouble. Yeah, take the life.
Yeah, countering doesn't feel good. And maybe he didn't have a play, but like if he has, yeah, when
If there is a low play now, I think
Yeah,
Mihawk
there's
is
a
on the
low.
driving seat at this point.
Yeah, low Tashigina would be really good.
I mean, even a low into Bonnie could do some work this spot.
Yeah, but let's see if we're him.
Yeah, it's okay, back to hand, and that's gonna be okay. Just more searching.
Okay, I guess that works.
Not a lot of business, but some business nonetheless.
At least we play the 6-cost low.
Yeah. Now, Restant read on, and we get to swing to Nami. Oh. Okay.
It would have been quite important to have double body out, because I mean, having one body is nice, but having double body means like if he wants to play 7-cost Robin on curve maybe to establish a bigger body. Like now he probably can do that even without a Don on leader. If there was one more body, if there was an extra Tashigi, then we probably couldn't play the Robin here.
Oh, that's very fair. I feel like an extra level of aggression from Mihawk would make the game a lot more short-handed. But yeah, maybe it's just a Nami turn, get him down to 3 and then swing. Oh,
6-cost low.
that is effectively a Nami turn. Not quite the Nami card, but quite interesting.
Also not in the decklist.
Yeah, we've also been cheated.
We've been lied to. There's also Gravity Blade on Trash, which is also not in the decklist.
I do feel like we might have had some miscommunications around the decklist situation, so don't take it too hard. But yeah, that's effectively extra copies of Nami. But worse.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, but worse. I mean, a decent stat line, but Nami's also like a body that you don't want to trade into as the opponent. Sometimes it can be okay, but yeah.
Okay,
slightly worse.
And here we go. Shanks number 1. Please, everyone on chat, keep count, because this is basically the main how well I'm doing KPI of the Mihawk deck. How many Shanks I'm gonna see, and how annoying the whole situation is gonna be for my opponent. Pretty sure that Pudding will not be seeing brighter days. genuinely tempted to just go or into the pudding too. Are we not even resting the pudding? Or maybe just waiting for some communication from him? Yeah, yeah. Being rested and swung.
Yep.
Or into it probably twice. Yeah. Now 7 lead. Yeah, that makes sense. We're gonna restand one off stage at the end of turn, and then whenever that Kid Killer is swung into, if we need to.
I mean, it looks like he has quite a large hand size, so maybe he counters, but generally I would want to take probably in this spot. Because if you like push your leader for only like countering one swing, then you kind of lose value from your leader ability.
That is true.
Then you could just do it next turn. Also depends if if you have no red rock for the shanks, then you probably shouldn't take.
You're just trying to find it. And we don't know how many red rocks he's running though, because we got lied to on the deck list. So that might make things a bit more complicated for us to guess.
Maybe there's no red rocks in the deck list. Maybe it's going crazy.
Okay, that's ace unblockable event. That also happens not to be on the deck list. So we definitely have the wrong deck list here. At least we haven't seen any thriller back yet, but this is not looking like the deck list we were promised.
Yeah, we are on the 3 cards that are not in the deck list so far.
Oh, there is red rock.
I mean, that is in the deck list.
Okay, so it's shanks count 1, red rock count 1. Let's see who goes farther with this.
Yeah, I feel like it should be a good matchup for Nami, because like if it's kind of like Sanji, right? If like Prowder plays the body and Nami answers it, it's not as efficient as Sanji does it, but Nami also just keeps drawing cards. So at some point, I feel like Nami just wins the resource battle.
Yeah, that's true, but you also only have so many red rocks, while Mihawk does have a bit more top end, right? So you need to see it and close the game.
Play 3 to 4 red rocks, so maybe. Yeah, there's the kid.
Yeah, that's kind of it. Alright, do we have follow up here? Maybe a low and Beppo. Keep that low chilling. No, I guess that also keeps it chilling just permanently.
I was wondering if we maybe just don't swing this turn, because if we don't, then Law Beppo also gives no boost to leader. But I guess it doesn't matter, because we only have one swing anyways, even with Law Beppo.
Turn the playing time, and we keep cycling through the deck. Is there gonna be another Shanks? No, Tashigi finally making an appearance, and that is a very good card in the matchup too, because it's annoyingly sticky.
Yeah, I mean, you could double remove it with 2 Nojiko, so like try to Nojiko it first, and
then
Gravity Blade after. But it's like the whole turn as well.
And with an 11k on board, you're chilling.
Yeah, then you're just constantly like taking life from them, and then you get 2 7s.
There we go. Take 7 number 1, and now we do get two cards for leader ability, and keeping the Nojiko.
That's also kind of like a wasted leader ability. I feel like if you expect him to go 2 7s and you just counter the first one and give like 1 extra card to just make use of your leader ability. Because you could have, for 1 more card, just kept 1 more life. Because it's 2 7s and you stay 7k leader.
Yeah. I mean, it's okay. You don't want to take both the life, right? So it's basically just signaling that you're going to counter one of the two. But I agree with you. At this point, you probably want to keep defending.
Yeah, it's just about the Nami leader ability. Because you kind of lose value if you take 1, then counter 1. Because your leader stays 7. So if you counter the first one and then give another 1k, it's a 1k for keeping the extra life.
Yep.
And you don't have an answer to the Shanks, it seems. So you probably would like to stay healthy.
Yeah. I feel like taking that life also gives way to some weird counter situations now where you might actually die to the board. Yeah. Oh, Paradise Waterfall. Okay, 1k. He's got rid of a 2k from hand. I guess Ben doesn't fear anything. Ever.
Yeah, at some point you only have 2Ks in this, like in your hand with this deck. That's what I felt like when I played it, and like I was on. Sometimes I was even playing 8 only, and I still only had 2Ks at some point. Because you draw and filter so much, especially once there's kid out, that it just happens to be your hand. Because all your bricks turn into 2Ks as well in the early game. So then you're left with only 2Ks in the late game.
Yeah. That makes sense. Is this gonna be a low and Beppo situation now? Yep. No leader buff.
Yeah, because we only had the one standing girl, and if we rest the girl, then we get the buff, but then we also have to freeze the girl, so
Yeah.
not worth it.
No, it's not. It's definitely not the vibe. And now it's more of an offensive situation, I suppose.
But there's only one swing anyways, and one blocker law, so if we just keep the blocker law standing, then we're basically 6k leader, and we could like block and give a counter on the one swing.
Okay, so that's leader ability. Get rid of one. Yeah, swing with low. Ask for one more card in hand.
Yep, then we probably just take the swing.
Now, kind of don't even hate.
Yeah, I mean, you could probably go at kid. It
Yeah.
might die, but you probably don't need to go at kid. It's frozen. You can set up lethal this way for next turn.
Yeah. I think you kind of have a good lethal setup anyways, but yeah, it's gonna be stuck there, so it's probably very fine.
I haven't seen any Robins yet.
They're overrated. I'm pretty sure we will see one now, though. Like, one of the only good plays would be a Robin, because playing kid number 2 will get them to 0, but it's a very, very unlikely situation that you actually get to kill them with an 8k swing with leader. Given that he has 2 kid and killers, it effectively 3 on up.
Yeah, and he swung with his blocker.
Yeah.
If he dies to kid an 8k swing after resting his blocker, then
Yeah, it's deserved.
Generational.
It would
Then
have
I'm
been a
clipping that.
generational fumble. Yeah.
Yeah,
And I'm pretty sure Prowder wouldn't give you that kind of ammunition, knowing that you would.
that's like the Sanji game from the Japan finals where the guy
Mhm.
blocked, gianted, and then died.
Mhm.
Instead of just blocking or gianting, he blocked and gianted and then died.
Mhm.
I've watched that and I got angry.
Very fair.
Yeah, 7. And if we can't defend it, then we probably will.
Oh, that's gonna be a 2-cost restunder. Yeah. Look at me, I'm immortal.
He saw both the one-offs.
Spider web has been in place already, and the other one-off is the Shanks itself.
The Paradise Waterfall.
Oh,
Actually, then we
yeah,
saw all
Waterfall.
3 one-offs.
Yep.
Green players.
That's a very well-trained deck for Prowder. Congratulations on it. Are we? Did we just swing 8 with the girl?
Yeah.
Okay, I guess we lose the blocker to this.
Okay, now how are we not dead?
That is a
Are
generational
we
question.
surviving this?
This is kind of an interesting spot in general, right? Because okay, go. No, there's no way.
Maybe he finds one. Yeah. Unfortunate.
That is game for Mihawk.
No Robin in hand either, so maybe the 3 Robins are real.
You know, and maybe that's the only real part of the decklist that we have found out this time around. Okay, cool. Congratulations, Prowder, taking game number 1 out of the 3rd match of the night, and he only need to see all 3 of his one-offs to take the win.
He's saying that those are the 3 worst cards in the matchup, but it's not about them being good or bad. It's just about green players seeing 3 one-offs. That's the thing.
Yeah, I mean they're not great.
Green players' deck lists look worse than my Rebecca deck list, even though my Rebecca deck list empties the deck.
I'm not gonna say no to you, but also your Rebecca deck list is spicy to a big extent.
Yeah, but why are green players' deck lists looking worse? That's the question.
That is right.
The
I mean,
most
at least he's
inconsistent color in the
running
game.
2 of each one of the Supernova Straw Hat events, right? So there's
Yeah, I mean,
some
his list
consistency
is,
there.
like among the, I would say, more consistent ones. There have been worse lists around.
Oh yeah, that's definitely the case.
But, like, people just refuse to play fourths.
Yeah, it's not as
They
fun.
pull up with like 3 7-cost shanks, 3 stage, like 2 of something, 3 of something, and then like 3 law Beppo as well.
Yeah, no, it can get kind of grim, kind of quick. So let me get us back out of the time traveling, and we kind of move on towards game 2. But yeah, no, like some of the green, Bonnie, and Mihawk lists are delusional at best, I'm gonna say, when it comes to consistency. But you know, if you have your day, you have it. And sometimes, I guess, the only consistency you need is being consistently lucky. Prowder has been donning some more consistency geared deck list than what we see normally, right? He's been pushing quite a lot for the Supernova package and making sure that he does have enough targets to not be doing anything kind of crazy. Running the Bonnie blocker as well to help with the filtering. So yeah, I think he is at least aware of the necessity of consistent deck list. So we're gonna applaud him for that to an extent.
Yeah, talking about Rebecca, can we just like, why are they releasing so many cool Dressrosa cards as soon as my leader rotates?
Because they don't like you. That's the only
Yeah.
reason. Like I don't think they can say it any more clear to you. That's the
Crazy.
one and only reason.
I'm winning Yamato with Rebecca, the old one, in extra regulation format.
I hope you are right, but I'm not sure I can be confident on that being the case. Okay, Nami starts
But
with
now we can call Upsa the pedophile. So now he's the Rebecca believer.
That is
from the new Rebecca.
Yeah. Prowder is defending his position, saying that 2 out of his 3 one-offs are the same card, just different cost, which is very fair.
It is, but I don't care. Let's see if we see a pudding again.
Maybe.
And that's usually Nami's early game. Swing 8, pudding, swing 6, or swing 7 if you have the girl out.
I mean, that was the game before, right? Like, before we had all of these additions, that was basically the game plan of the deck. Is just, oh, I'm just going to swing big, then pudding you and scam the game out of it. So I have a 7k leader and you have a bunch of random cards in hand. So, yeah, it's kind of a game plan. And there we go. 24 euros of card. Touch the board and take 1 life out of Mihawk. Followed by a 6k swing that gets event countered. Because, yeah, Mihawk is a bricky deck.
That card is 24 euros?
I think so, yes. At least 22, minimum.
Crazy.
Yeah. It's wild times we live in.
Good thing I'm not a yellow player.
Yeah.
Next set seems quite, like, cheap to play if you're not playing yellow deck.
Mm-hmm.
I think Enel with, I guess the secret rare is gonna be unfortunate to get.
Yeah.
But like Lucy, for example, it's just rares and then SR.
That is true. I'm kind of looking forward to trying out Lucy a bit as well. Just
I'm not looking forward anymore to trying out Enel.
It's gonna be too expensive, you think?
No, that deck is fake. I refuse to believe that deck it's a real deck.
Isn't it just Rayleigh?
No, it's worse.
Okay. And we
I
will
hate the deck.
get back to the next episode of Rene Agenda once we're done commentating the
Nah,
gameplay.
nah, he's like Prowder in chat, he's on the same opinion. He can make me look bad. Anal is a fake deck.
Okay,
You heard it here first.
while you were focusing on NL, we just saw another 25 euros of card being dropped on board and taking another life out of Prowder, who is
It's
now
literally pay to win.
having to counter some big swings, double sevens.
Yeah.
And with DMG
Okay.
one of them, and turn our Kid Killer into a Dawn to probably all out the other one. I don't know. Yeah, 3
That's
Colossum,
probably-
isn't it?
Yes, +4 if you have 8 rested cards, which he
Mhm.
probably had. I don't know how many Don he has, but he had rested Tashigi and the leader.
Yeah.
But yeah, double Nami is very aggressive. Especially last turn against a lot of decks if you have the little girl out and Nami on 5 becomes they take a life and you swing 7 because you get 2 rested on, like 1 from the girl, 1 from Nami.
Mhm.
So for Mihawk that's quite easy to deal with because it's just event, but for some other decks that's really annoying.
It's definitely a bit tricky. Okay, so this is kind of an interesting situation too, because you can swing into the rested Nami first to allow them to play a card that you can then rest with Shanks. But it's a very greedy spot, and you could get puddinged in the middle of your turn, which it's not great, but
that's
it's very funny,
interaction.
right?
Yeah, that Nami card is something. Nami and Borsalino. I don't know what Bandai was thinking about these 2 5 costs, but
Yeah,
there's something.
it's not the vibe. It's definitely not the vibe. I don't know why they have buffed specifically the yellow 5 costs while they let everyone else to just be sad with their 5 drops altogether. Except for Reiju, but it's leader locked because Bandai hates fun.
Yeah. But just compare the EBO4 cards. Like, you have the ones that we have released already, right? They're basically just support for shit decks.
Yeah.
And then you have yellow, Borsalino.
Just random
What the
generic
fuck?
stuff.
Yeah.
Okay, so that is 18 to lead. That eats that and a 2k. And all out to keep the Namis chilling for a while.
Yeah, I mean, you only plays 2 and you already used both. 1 for counter, 1 now just for the effect. It's a pretty good card against Nami because, like, if they end up chaining 7 cost Robins, then you can freeze them because you can't really trade into them because then you just lose.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know why that's the thing, but like if I'm on 0, I feel like I should be able to trade into the Robin.
No, you're not allowed. That's
Yeah, I'm
too
not
busted.
allowed.
You need to keep
Bandai-
defending the
it's a yellow
8k every
card.
turn. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a yellow card.
It's kind of insane how much power level was distributed in EBO 3 and 4, specifically to yellow decks. And that's just like, you know what?
Like only to yellow decks and Sanji.
That's it. Yeah. Yeah, I kind of wish the Ryu was playable, at least on Bean Smoke leaders. You know, just let me play it on my copy Ryu deck so we can finally get Rene to play Red Rocks in Ryu
Yeah, then I would.
for like
I don't have to
a
play
month
it
and a
for
half.
6 ton. Yeah, next Rager Cope will be Sky Island Rager. I'm telling you, Sky Island Rager has to be better than Rayleigh. Not Rayleigh, Aine.
Yeah,
Trust.
than Purple Rayleigh, yeah.
Nothing's worse than Anal. I turned from best Anal world to biggest Anal hater world. But I was best Anal world before I have played the deck, so
It's very fair.
that was a debatable.
Yeah, I think it was a challengeable take to
Yeah.
at least challengeable. Okay, cool. So we're gonna see pretty much the same play. At least I'm happy that they learned their lesson and this Shanks doesn't minus the opponent's board on your turn as well. Like, I really don't want more cards like that. Foxy is nicer card design than Tenko Shanks.
Yeah, I mean, if that Shanks was a bit more expensive, maybe an 8 cost 9k, then they could do that.
No. I'm happy they're not doing it. We don't need more of that, please.
And this game looks okay, but next turn, like, the Nami's coming back, so
Yeah, I feel like he
see.
needs to swing into one of them first with Tashigi.
what would be the worst thing that they could summon from it? I guess
Pudding. Yes, it's always pudding, dude. It's just the funniest thing. So I think we deserve to see it.
I mean, let's have quite an handset, I think. Yeah, might be 7, 6, 7.
How many did you say?
Say it
Sorry.
with me, Chad.
Where's Mary
Say it
when we
with me,
need him?
Chad.
Yeah, that is kind of a recovered hand size.
Yeah, just going phase 5 and then 9. No, you never need them. Yeah, that's true. When do you need Mary in your life,
That is a fair point.
realistically?
Specifically when someone says the number sequence you said. That's pretty much it. Although his dons are amazing. I'm very happy to see the dons. I would love that they were actually custom printed rather than just a piece of paper on the sleeve, but they're good. Very funny. Oh, there we
Maybe
go.
we see a Robin finally, and the first Robin of the game discards a Kiku. Need Mary for pest control. Have you seen... he's not from your local Mary, right? He's from somewhere else?
Yeah, no, he's up north.
Okay. I still think his girlfriend is fake.
I'm not gonna partake on that conversation today. I feel like I'm good. I'm not gonna get into that.
He needs to bring her to Bonn. I don't believe it.
That's a challenge. Mary, if you're listening, either now or
It must
later on
be- It
YouTube,
must be evil Mary's girlfriend.
that might be it. That might be it.
Yeah. Todd Sawmill's girlfriend, basically. 6, 6, and 8. I mean, 6, 6, and 8 is pretty...
It's
Good
5,
into
5, and
Mihawk.
8. Not 6, 6,
Oh
and
yeah,
8.
never mind.
Because Shanks is a thing.
Okay, then I don't know if I like the swings. Then
I
feel
take
like
it
maybe
back.
would have gone 6, 6, and 6.
Yes, just 3 6s and demand some 2Ks.
Oh, he didn't free block one of the
No,
he didn't free block them.
I think we're not free blocking this one.
Yeah, definitely not. We might be blocking it.
We're not for free. Okay, so. Yeah,
And
then.
now we kind of played into the events. Like 6, 6, and 6 would be nice. But 5, 5, 8, like even like Spiderweb, the one-off, and just to not mention that, and the like plus 4K,
Mhm.
both worked on the 8K.
Even Paradise would be
Well,
kind of brutal for 5, 5, and 8. Yes. Block the first one, Paradise the second one, and restand.
yeah.
Okay. We rest the Robin.
And we have pretty good board control, but Nami still has 4 life. It's always a bit difficult to get through because they have heal, they have like card draw from the leader,
Mhm.
and at some point you're just gonna bleed out of cards as Mihawk. We also already have used both of the Luffy Lunas.
Yeah, it's a bit rough.
That card being activate main, by the way, is criminal. Why is this activate main? It searches everything, and like the Fishman search event triggers draw 1. I don't get it.
Because it's busted, and the Sanji one doesn't have a trigger, so it's a breaking life at least. This is a very,
No, the
very
fish
good
one.
Oh yeah, no, the
The
fish
fish
one.
one.
Yeah.
That's just draw 1 as a trigger. Why can't I search my fish from life? Why can this search?
No, sorry.
Life isn't fair.
You don't get to be happy on Shirahoshi. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
But as we already established before, Rene is very much hated by Bandai. So
No, I mean, yes, now maybe I am. I've been lucky, but now that Rage's times are over, maybe my time is over as well.
yeah, it's sad that Rage's time is over.
It's not Sky Island Rager, trust.
I mean, the zero cost events are cool in Reiju. So, you do get to do that.
I'm not sure what the Maragan or whatever it's called, but the other one's insane. The one that just freezes the 6 cost for 0 down.
Yeah, that is very good.
So you can HG and freeze an 8.
Which is very useful for Reiju, actually. Many cases where you do want to keep those carrots rested and ignore them because, yeah, nobody likes money. Except Prowder maybe.
Oh, talking about Bonnie. There's it going to the trash where it belongs.
That is an amazing segue. Someone clip that, please. Okay.
Yeah, I think this game's probably going to Nami if I had to guess, because yeah, we have like a decent board, 3 lifesteal, decent hand size.
That is true, but
We
there's
dropped into
some very big board on Mihawk side, and he does have a decent hand size too, so I'm not that sure.
I mean, if we can chain the low Bepos, maybe, yeah. But otherwise, next turn's probably gonna be difficult to defend. We can't trade into the Robins, we gotta keep it frozen.
Yeah.
Oh, it's only 3 cards, so hand size not actually that great.
No, I mean, connecting 4 in this turn is definitely challenging, at least to an extent.
Yeah, that's not happening. But I guess then we can set up lethal for the turn after. I thought Ben was a lot more healthy.
And Mihawk
Like
does have a blocker. That's gravity bladeable, but that's a lot of done, right? So
yeah, I mean, lower Beppo here, swing face a bit, and then go for game next turn. Seems more realistic.
It doesn't seem like that's it, actually. Maybe we just drop some more blockers. At least on Don standing to survive. Like, I actually didn't hate just swinging 5 to start with either, just to force the 7k on lead, and with 2 cards in hand you can wipe that hit very easily with your board and then just poke a bit more. So you set up the lethal for next turn. And now it's a tricky spot.
And Nami plays unblockable, but that unblockable only works on 1 life and only swings for 13.
Yeah.
So that feels like doable. Especially after lower Beppo. Lower Beppo into like open Don 13 on the 7k leader with like a bunch of events in deck.
Yeah, that's
Seems
definitely
like
not it.
an okay task.
Okay, so that's...
Are we going for a game?
I think so. It's the 9 take, 9 take, 9. Some magic numbers.
The question is why we made it a 9k with the law as the second swing.
Would you have gone higher?
No, I
Lower.
could have just done Shanks, right? See what happens.
That is true. I guess you represent bigger swings on the way back. Okay, cool.
Still have leader, but that's 11 leader and 11 again.
Yeah.
Does that actually work? Yeah.
It does work.
3 cards on hand.
2k break. So
He only gets
that's
to
exactly 11. So we just math out the game. Trusting the
Crazy.
situation. That is a bit of an anticlimactic end, but congratulations, Prowder. You do get that game and the match. So yeah. That feels like a weird ending to this game, actually.
I didn't think that game would end this turn. I thought he had more cards in hand, but even with 3 cards and like 3 life, I thought he probably gets out of it.
Yeah. No, that is true. I don't dislike going for lethal. Like, it's genuinely a good shot at it, right?
I mean, look at the end. There's 2 events in it. If there was Law Beppo, like the unblockable wouldn't have done anything.
Yeah.
My first Mihawk win in Salbody. Yeah, the fakest deck. Because it's a green deck.
Yeah, every...
Okay, there was no Law Beppo. But if there was Law Beppo, then we could have played it.
Yep. Yeah. I guess we can get into imaginary situations very easily. But, you know, we know what happened. Prowder won the game. Ben, unfortunately, doesn't manage to squeeze the win with Nami. And we did get to see some Mihawk wins on stream. That had been a minute. Congratulations, Prowder. And thank you, everyone, for watching today. Anything you want to say, Rene, before we say goodbye? I know that it is like... I feel like we had a lot of energy. We slowed down towards these turns of the game, and then suddenly the game is over. So I'm on a weird spot.
Yeah, I was expecting the game to go on for more turns, or maybe game 3, but yeah, then it just ended.
Yeah, but you know, it was a good game nonetheless. Congrats, and thank you everyone for watching. That has been Sabaody Showdown, and we will let you enjoy your evening. Thank you so much for all the support, and let's see.
Bye-bye.
Goodbye.